What's the biggest financial mistake you've ever made? For me, it wasn't a bad stock pick or a forgotten credit card bill. It was a mistake that cost my wife and me our dream. A mistake that vaporized 5 years of hard work in a matter of weeks. This is the story of how I lost our entire $60,000 house down payment. On rocks. For 5 years, my wife and I were the perfect savers. We said no to expensive vacations. We drove our old cars, and we watched every single dollar. We had a goal, a down payment for our first home. And we did it. $60,000 sitting in our savings account. We were pre-approved for a mortgage. We were finally ready. The finish line was right there. And then I met Mark. He wasn't a stranger in a dark alley. He was a friend of a friend, which made him feel safe. Mark was one of those guys, you know the type. Overflowing with charisma, electric energy, and always on to the next big thing. He pulled me aside and started talking about a ground floor opportunity. Not stocks, not crypto. He called it geological art. He was sourcing rare, beautiful rocks for high-end designers. He showed me this incredible presentation on his tablet. Graphs shooting for the moon, stunning photos, glowing testimonials. He said demand was through the roof, and then he hit me with the number. A 50% return on my investment. In 6 months. My logical brain, the one that had spent 5 years saving, was screaming, scam. But another part of me, the part that was tired of waiting, was hooked. I imagined turning our $60,000 into $90,000. We could buy a better house, have more security. The temptation was overwhelming. Mark created a sense of urgency. The investment round closes this week, he said. I only have one spot left. In a moment of pure madness, I convinced my wife it was a calculated risk. I used his words, his confidence. She trusted me. And just like that, I sent him everything, every penny. The first month felt amazing. He sent updates, photos. He even sent us a $500 dividend. I felt like a genius. In hindsight, he was just giving me a tiny piece of my own money back. And then, silence. Emails started bouncing. His phone was disconnected. The friend who introduced us hadn't seen him in weeks. The company website, gone. The feeling of ice water filling my veins is something I'll never forget. Our money had vanished. Telling my wife was the hardest thing I've ever had to do. The money was one thing, but the trust I had shattered, that was so much worse. We were back to zero. I learned the most painful financial lesson there is. There are no shortcuts. If someone, even a friend of a friend, promises you massive, guaranteed returns with no risk, they are lying. It does not exist. Greed and the fear of missing out are powerful emotions. They make you deaf to logic. Our dream of a house isn't dead, but it's years away now. We're saving again, the slow and steady way. Don't be me. Stick to your plan. Trust the process, not the pitch. Thanks for listening. Please subscribe and let me know how you would like to improve the next storytellings.